This review has been brought to you in part by airsoftair.com. Hi, welcome back, Ollie's Airsoft, and today I'm really excited because this is going to be a cool review. I have in front of me a toy that I've been longing to get my hands on, and finally through the grace of a company called Airsoft Air in Dundalk, I've been able to get my muggy little paws on it, and today we're going to have a look at the Airsoft Innovations Impact Tornado Grenade. Now, as you probably already know at this stage, I do have quite a high regard for the Thunder Bee grenades by Hakatsu. They are troublesome, temperamental, and quite annoying at times, but when they do work they are very, very impressive. But they're sound devices, they're not an actual grenade that propel BBs out to hit targets. And the problem with them, with the fact that they're sound devices, are they pretty much rock at around 130 to 150 decibels depending on the grenade itself, and as such a lot of places won't allow them used indoors, and rightly so, I have to say. And also you know, the way they work is you have to have what they call a kill radius. Grenade goes in, and where it blows up there's a 3 meter kill radius, so any players caught in that 3 meters are ineffectively out of action or dead. These grenades are slightly different, and they're played differently on most of the sites that use them. They use them as what they would term a directional grenade, in as much that the BBs actually have to hit you for you to be out. Now, whether that's a fair way to play it, I don't really care. That's the way they do, so we have to move on with that. So let's have a look at what we have here. Now, years ago, Airsoft Innovations brought out the original tornado grenade. And the idea of the tornado grenade is it's filled with green gas, and when it goes off it actually rotates and spins like a tornado, and that spin in effect throws the BBs out of the ports. And a lot of players who took them up and originally found that because there was a spoon system on it, that bits and pieces would get lost in the action of the throw, and subsequently they were left with a rather ineffective device, and a lot of people fell out of favour with the tornado grenades. But Airsoft Innovations, being the clever company that they are, have decided to move away from that whole system for this impact grenade, and have made a grenade that is pretty foolproof and there are no bits to lose. So basically the box that we got had a big green sticker on it saying free gas can, value $39.95, and that's in euros. The gas can is really, really cool. I'm going to come to that in a second. Actually, I'm going to come to it right now. This is the gas can. Basically what you do is you put your green gas in, and you can fill this up and then bring this into field so that you can reload your tornado grenade up to 10 times. This will also cross over and allow you to fill up mags from your MP9s or your gas blowback pistols. So it's a really dinky and handy little thing to have, and most sites will not allow you go into field with one of these in your backpack, and rightly so, they're just too dangerous. But they will allow these be used, and that's fantastic. There's a real strong metal casing and a real strong metal lid. There's no way it will ever come off and puncture you, which is why they're so nervous. So that's the gas can. Now, with the gas can comes with some GBB oil, and it's the you put in a couple of drops into this tank every time you fill it up, so that it lubricates the device as it works. So a lovely little extra to get in with a grenade. Not really necessary, but it does make it a lot more doable as an airsoft device. So let's get on to the actual tornado grenade. Now, the build quality is absolutely superb. They come in black or this kind of muted orange colour. There's only one colour to buy, it's the muted orange. The reason being, if you're used to throwing any device in airsoft, you'll soon learn that they get lost in undergrowth, they get lost in buildings, and they're nigh on impossible to find if they're dark. This, stored in your pouch, no one's going to see it. When you take it out to throw it, it's obvious, you'll know where it lands, you'll be able to pick it up and refill it and reuse it. So in the box, as I said, you get the grenade shell, you get the grenade cap at the top, you get the pin, and you get an assortment, and I'll show you in detail how this sets up in a while. You get an assortment of these little pins and countermeasure weights and shims and whatever, and then you have the base plate which you put on the bottom. There is also a little bottle of tornado grenade oil which you need to every 5 empties of your grenade you have to just put a couple of drops into the bottom. You get 2 user manuals, which is really cool. One is for the gas can, how to operate it, how to look after it, and then one for the actual grenade. And the brilliant thing about this is it's not in Chinglish or Spanglish or any other kind of poorly written and crappy diagrammed manner. It's absolutely brilliant, and you can, you know, if an imbecile like me can follow it, I don't think you'll have any problems. So I don't really need to go into too much detail, because if you do need to buy one of these, everything you need to know are in these pamphlets, so they're really, really handy. So getting to the grenade, it's a real simple system. The pin goes into the top of your grenade, and then what you do is, to get it to lock in, you have to pinch it slightly until it locks, and then you hear it click and it's locked in. Now you get 2 pins, 1 countermeasure weight and 1 shim. The largest or the thickest of the pins goes on first. Then you put on your countermeasure weight, it's like a half moon shape. Then you put on your shim, and then you put on the thin pin onto the main pin that you have there. Now it's real simple. This pin has to go into the little hole in the white PTF block, and the easiest way to get it is to push it up like so, pop it in, and then push down and gently tighten back up until everything locks in tight. It's the easiest way to do it, rather than trying to pour it on and having the countermeasures or the weights disappear. Don't over tighten, but tighten up nice and hand tight. Fill with gas. Real simple affair. Now this is being used indoors here for a demonstration purpose only. I'm not going to overfill it, it's just to give you an idea. You give it 3 short squirts. Make sure that you gently screw on the base plate until it tightens up, and then you'll hear it click, and that's her ready to go. So really, really simple, really easy to rig up, and it takes seconds. When you're used to it, it's literally seconds to fix it. So in the field, it's a doable grenade. You can keep reusing it as long as you've got enough gas in your gas can. And yeah, it's a nice weight without being too heavy. You know, I would recommend that you throw it underarm, not overarm, because if you clock someone on the head with this, it's going to hurt. At least with an underarm throw, you might limit the chances of that. And it's just a simple case of filling it with BBs into the 2 ports either side. Now the great thing about this is the pin comes out. You don't pull it out like a normal pin. You still squeeze it slightly so it releases, and that's the grenade now live. So it's an impact. There's basically now a stack, because the pin's taken out, there's a stack of these measures, these weight measures in a line, and they're tight, and it takes quite a sizable impact for them to dislodge and set this thing off. So you can actually, you know, you're not going to set it off too easy, but as a proper impact, and that's her gone. So as I said, I haven't really filled her up too much because we're indoors in a house, and for safety reasons I don't want to do that. But you can now hear the countermeasures are off their line, and she has expended the BBs out. When you really fill it up, the actual unit will spin quite fast and quite heavily and quite violently on the ground. Footnote on that is, this is a great CQB device. Not so sure about outdoors, especially if you're playing on grass or anything that's going to stop or impede the spinning of the unit. Hard ground, building work, it's going to work fine, but you know, it's not going to be fantastic for the likes of grass or mud or muck. So to summarise, what do I think about? Yeah, I'm mightily impressed. Again, I haven't used this in the field yet, but looking at the build quality, the design, and knowing how many places I could actually use this device, I have to say I'm very excited, 100% on board with the Airsoft Innovations design. And all in all, I have to say, if you're in the market for something a little bit more feisty in the grenade department, check out one of these. And thanks to Airsoft Air for sending it to us for review. If you haven't checked them out, definitely go to their website, airsoftair.com, and give them a look. And you know, we're going to use this in the field very shortly, and we'll come back for an update and let you know what we think of it. But as I said, starting out, looking at it, superb piece of kit. So this has been Oddie's Airsoft. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and we'll talk to you real soon. Oddie out.